This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about.
Get real.
No. Nope.
This
Just
is
stop.
a sham.
It's finally here. Drum roll.
I wish I started the show like
you
that.
don't.
Welcome to DVL. We are starting today with some sad news. I got to change gears here. Mariah Carey revealed that her mother and sister passed away on the same day this past weekend. So in a statement, Mariah said her heart was broken. She added she felt blessed she was able to spend the last week with her mom before she passed. Mariah has spoken out about her complicated relationship with her mother, Patricia, who was a trained opera singer.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
They performed together back in 2010 for Mariah's Christmas special. That wasn't the Christmas special that is super popular, right? That was way before that.
I think it was before.
Yeah, I think so too. But she is the reason she can hit those notes because of those octaves. No one knows that, but she's
I didn't
an
know
opera
that.
singer. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yep.
Mariah was estranged from her sister Allison, who sued her over claims Mariah made in her memoir that Allison was abusive towards her. Allison battled health issues as well and was arrested in 2010 for prostitution. Both Patricia and Allison's cause of death are not known at this specific time. I'm sure they're still working out the details. But kind of to take it away from them, you guys can take it wherever you want. But this is something to think about, I think, especially in today's day and age when we're just at each other, you know, whether it's politically or socially, and the family members or close friends we lose. We're not really thinking about that till later on in life and something tragic happens to either us or them. And then you're like, was all that worth it?
Well, I think so. I did read The Meaning of Mariah, which is an incredible
You
memoir.
love Mariah too.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
And I think, to your point, Jeff, I get what you're saying. Like, you know, if we should be loving to one another, and you know, we should think about the fact that life is so short. But there's also a demographic of people who are dealing with family trauma, and this is what this was, a lot of family trauma. Obviously, her sister, it was reported, was in hospice. I'm not sure about what was happening with the mother. There were some substance abuse issues with the sister, and Mariah was, according to her memoir, a victim to a lot of those things. And so when you are dealing with family trauma and you have been abused in some way, is it your responsibility to reconcile in the end? And for some people, they feel like it's not. And other people feel like, I don't want to carry this burden anymore. And I think however you go about it, your feelings are valid.
It's so funny you mentioned this. I was just listening to Pema Chodron. I know you guys are going to laugh, the Buddhist teacher I listened to.
No, it seems to have done a lot for you.
It has.
Yeah.
And someone spoke up and said, my father was very abusive to me when I was growing up, but my daughter now wants to meet my father. How do I do this? I want to be the person that, like family, you always meet the family. And Pema said, the Buddha would have liked boundaries. And I think that it's important to realize no matter what and how much you want to give and be sort of kumbaya about everything, even Buddha would have expected there to be boundaries if someone's hurt you in that way. So I understand making those boundaries when it's uncomfortable, but I also know, having lost my mother, that you don't get a second chance to say it. You do not get a second chance. There's no phone call. There is zero communication. And I know people know that's death, but you don't really know it until they die. So if you have something to say, and you want to get it off your chest, I highly recommend doing it now. But if there's only going to be trauma left, perhaps the boundary is best.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, I mean, you bring up your mother, Tori, and I think you call her your mother, but she earned that title as mother. Like, Jeff, you earned that title as father every day that you go home. Earning the title of mother, brother, sister is something. It's just like, well, I gotta empty my savings. It's my sister. Well, has she acted in accordance with the guidelines of being a sister? I think you need to look at this person's behavior, and I think this should all go into whatever dossier you have in your mind before you start deciding like whether to let them meet your children.
Right.
Have they earned that right?
Right.
If they've earned that right, but you know, the last couple of years me and Dad haven't seen eye to eye. Well, if there's 48 years of good behavior, of fatherly behavior, motherly behavior, absolutely. Let bygones be bygones depending on the situation. But if there's a person that's been in and out of your life for whatever reason, dealing with trauma that maybe might not be their own, but you don't want to put that on the next generation, your children.
That's right.
Then there's a decision to be made. So just make sure that you don't beat yourself up too much. If you can honestly say that this is a person that I've given a lot of windows and doors to walk through and they haven't done it, well, right at the end, I don't know if you just automatically get a pass because you happen to have sired this person.
Yeah.
And I just think this is important because I come from a family where my paternal grandparents weren't in my father's life as parents. They were extremely young when they had him. And my dad made every effort to connect us as a family. And because of that, I had a relationship with my grandmother and my grandfather that my father never had. And it put into perspective so many things for me to understand my father better, to understand where his parents were from, and all of the cyclical trauma that had happened to get us here. And because I have that context and my siblings have that context, I do believe we were able to be more successful because of that, but that was because of my father's sacrifice to make that happen.
Yeah. No, all valid points. I was kind of getting to the point, like, because we just got off a different show talking about politics. I'm like, you really not going to talk to your brother or sister or mother or father because they don't like Donald Trump or they like Joe Biden? Like,
that's ridiculous.
In 40 years when they're dead, this is what broke you? And I think it's broken a lot of families. Just on that note. But
it would
the
shock you how many
abusive
people-
notes, of course, yeah. All right, let's move on here because Tori is excited. Big news for fans of the band Oasis.
Champagne supernova in the sky.
That's been coming since 7 o'clock this morning. And here we are this evening.
How exciting!
Yes.
All right, so brothers Noel and Liam Gallagher. Why is it spelled the same as Noel, though?
You
know what I
know,
mean?
because they're special. It's neat.
I know, but I can't stand
Well,
stuff like
they
that.
can't stand you.
Noel Gallagher is they're reuniting after their fallout 15 years ago. They're officially taking the band on tour again. Let's watch.
We made people feel something that was indefinable.
That's a jam.
You know that
can't
one?
deny it.
It's a great song.
As for why the band is reuniting, Tori, Noel divorced his wife a few years ago and paid out $25 million to his ex and gave up their $10 million mansion. So maybe somebody needed some cash. Talk about let bygones be bygones.
For sure.
Hey, brother.
We need each
What
other.
do you think we get back together? What were we fighting about anyway?
I have a mortgage tour.
Yeah,
Yes.
they're playing 4 nights at Wembley. They're going to sell it out. It's huge. It's going to be amazing. And yeah, I think they desperately need cash, and so that has crossed the bridge. But I really will say they're a great band. Like, I know some people think they're a flash in the pan, whatever. Oasis had the standing to be a long-standing U2 type of band, and because they fought, we lost them. But today is going to be the day.
Isn't an Oasis literally just a flash of something that's not real?
No, that's a mirage. But go try.
What's an oasis?
An oasis is a water in the desert.
But it's not real.
That's a mirage. An
No,
oasis
but-
is real. You can have a mirage of an oasis, but an oasis is itself real.
An oasis is real?
Correct.
That's how you look wrong on television. Head on over here now.
By being wrong.
I'm sorry. I'm excited for Mirage. Or Oasis.
Oasis.
It's over, Al. It's over. Let's get you out of here. Coming up on DVL, we're talking with Carmen, Electra. She's telling us all about a new Baywatch docuseries. And Francis Ford Coppola is revealing what he did to ensure his latest project wasn't just another woke movie. Green bean casserole, everybody?
So delicious with fried onions.
Arguing about
Our
whether
breaks are better than the show, just FYI. All right, let's get to this story. Welcome back to DBL. Francis Ford Coppola said he sought to cast so-called canceled actors in his upcoming film Megalopolis. Am I saying that right?
You did.
Okay, I don't know what that is, like an Oasis. He told Rolling Stone that he didn't want his movie to be considered some woke Hollywood production, so he hired actors who were quote-unquote canceled at one point or another. The film stars Jon Voight, who has been outspoken on his conservative views and who supports Donald Trump. It also stars Shia LaBeouf, who was sued in 2021 by his ex, FKA Twigs, for assault and battery. In response, Shia admitted he had been abusive to people in the past, but then denied the allegations against him. So Coppola has also faced accusations that he kissed topless and scantily clad women on the set of Megalopolis, but he said it was just on the cheek and that he knew the women. Very Italian of him, by the way.
Very.
You guys can take it wherever you want, but I did, when I grew up, I kissed all my aunts on the cheek, and that's how it was. Everyone in my neighborhood, I respected their parents and kissed them on the cheek. I really got in a weird place, not even just during this whole thing, but as I grew up, because people were outside that culture, that I was so used to doing that,
Right.
that it was like almost invasive, and
Yeah.
now I don't do that at all.
That's
Yeah,
more
but the key is they
Not
weren't
comparing
topless.
myself. No, not comparing myself. I just wanted to interject that little because I
don't
went
do
through
that
like
to
a weird
anybody?
stage.
Anybody?
No, I don't. And you know, the last person I did that to, that I kind of felt it, was Julie Chen, the host of Big Brother. We got 90 seconds, and I kissed her on the cheek. I'm like, was that appropriate? I don't know if that was appropriate.
Really?
And I just stopped doing it. Anyways, Francis Ford Coppola, conservatives, what do you got?
Tori, what do you think?
I think this movie is becoming a bit when the story is not the movie, it's the stuff around the movie. A lot like Blake Lively in that press tour, in my opinion. This movie has some problems going into it.
I thought that too. 'Cause
Yeah,
the last
this
story
is-
we talked about again wasn't about the movie; it was about the fake trailer.
That's right, with the fake quotes, right?
Right.
So I'm just sensing a lot of like turbulence in this premiere for this movie, even though he seems to like really love it, like almost Kevin Costner with that movie Horizon. This is like his movie. So there's a lot of sort of, I need this to be good, and I'm getting a bad vibe from this opening turbulence here.
It just doesn't need to be, and I just think when you go, Erica, this movie, I'm telling you, it's going to knock you off your feet. There's, there's no woke Hollywood. Let me tell you that. And you'd be like, what is it about? Why haven't you told
You
me
haven't
what
even
it's
know the
about?
plot yet.
That's the
Totally.
issue. When things are good, you hear about them. You don't need usually to see a commercial. Somebody goes, hey, this Italian place down the street. Oh, I know where the best noodles in the city are. You don't need to hear a lot of propaganda about it. So I'm worried that I don't know what this movie is about. I just know that
Chariots or
it's
something?
not woke. I don't want to hear what it isn't.
Right.
Tell me what it is.
That's a good point. And to Jeff's point, when I go back home to Chicago, everybody kisses on the cheek.
Is that right?
I
It wasn't
kiss
until
everybody.
I moved here
Yeah, you do.
that it became a thing. So I expect it in certain places, and I don't think about it because I know it's also a sign of respect.
Yeah.
So unless you're topless.
Yeah, that's different. Unless you're scantily clad.
Point taken.
Yeah, right,
let me put a robe on.
I'm
It's just
sad-
weird. I don't know
sad
the
you
rules.
can't do that though.
Yeah, I don't know the rules anymore. I just dig a bunker and I eat beans and leave me alone. We'll be
Yes.
right back. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It was a wild time, and I was a wild chick.
Everyone tuned in to watch the show because you knew you were going to see someone sexy.
I mean, everybody was pretty.
Not just white women can look hot and sexy. Anyone can do it.
Anyone can. Welcome back. The original cast of Baywatch is looking back at their time in the sun during the 90s. And earlier, Carmen Electra joined us to tell us more about the new Hulu docuseries. Take a look. Is this better?
Please help me welcome the beautiful, the talented Carmen Electra.
Carmen, so good to see you. You're looking great. I think I walked by you like 20 years ago in Vegas one time, so it's nice to see you again.
That would make sense. That would definitely make sense.
We had such a bond. All right. But you're a recording artist. Let's get into this. And dancer before Baywatch, as Sam just mentioned. So, in fact, Prince gave you your industry name. So how did he come up with Carmen Electra?
We were actually watching a movie called Carmen Jones, and the woman Carmen is a dancer. And he just looked at me and said, "You look like a Carmen." And I kind of thought, okay, maybe. But as time went on and we were recording together, it just really felt right, you know, and then we needed a last name, and he said Electra, and I literally felt like it's a superhero name.
Now, the new Hulu docuseries after Baywatch, A Moment in the Sun, it highlights how times have changed since Baywatch premiered 35 years ago. So how do you respond to criticism that the show promoted unrealistic body standards?
In the docuseries, you'll see why I decided to leave the show. I think we all had some dark moments and some very celebratory moments being on the show. Yeah, I mean, and the show obviously it was about sexy bodies, mm-hmm. and they knew how to work that. I mean, even connecting Baywatch with Playboy was something that they do a lot. And I'm not saying everyone was in Playboy, but I had done Playboy before Baywatch, and a lot of other girls had done that as well. And it just was the right combo.
Yeah.
And then, but they made the men eventually go to Speedos, and I was like, cool, we're good now.
Equal opportunity here, okay? How did the show's focus on physical appearance impact your self-image and your mental health?
I mean, I actually went in like wanting to be on the show. You know, I didn't really have any problems until later. I mean, there was definitely weight was an issue on the show. So if they thought you were too heavy, they would tell you. And that was hard because I look back at photos and I remember those times, or even, you know, I watched the entire series that's on Hulu from beginning to end. And then I thought, like, I wasn't heavy. You know, I grew up as, you know, a classical ballet dancer, and the teachers would always be honest about weight. So it was a very normal transition at that time. But now that things are very different, you just couldn't get away with that anymore, you know?
Absolutely. So let's just get right to it. Are we going to see you on Fox's reboot of Baywatch?
I don't know. I mean, wouldn't that be fun? I guess we'll do this one first and see what happens with that.
Put it in the universe.
Yeah. I did hear that you were hanging out with Katy Perry at an event of yours. Tell us, how was that?
Yeah, it was at Evita, and I hosted the event. I'm actually so sore today. We danced so hard, and she was awesome. You know, I love Katy. She's always cool.
Well, Carmen Electra, let me tell you, what a treat. Congratulations, DBL Nation. Check out all 4 episodes of After Baywatch, Moment in the Sun, tomorrow out on Hulu. We'll be right back. Thank you,
great.
Carmen.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Welcome back. We've got some great products from our friends at Morning Save. Check them out.
Ooh, I'm so excited. So Steph, tell us what you have for us today.
First up today, we've got the Copper Chef non-stick stainless steel cookware set. This summer clearance deal includes an 11-inch Copper Chef Titan pan with a lid, a stainless steel steaming and crisping basket, a 9.5-inch Copper Chef Titan fry pan with a lid, an 8-inch Copper Chef Titan fry pan, a Santoku knife, a stainless steel slotted spoon and spatula, and best of all, a recipe book. This has been priced up to $125. However, we've got it for just $39. That is saving 68%, Sam. Up next, we've got the 2-pack TKO power banks. Now, this is a slim power bank which has multiple USB ports for charging up to 2 devices at a time. And we've seen these prices high as $40 each. However, we've got a 2-pack for just $20. That's saving 75%.
My husband and I always fight over which gets the battery pack, so now we don't have to fight about it.
Up next, we've got the Lifestyle Advanced Airstream X High Definition Wireless Over-Ear Headphones. This summer clearance deal includes 1 pair of headphones available in 4 colors. They've got an adjustable slider and plush ear cushions to create the ultimate fit for you. And we've seen them priced as high as $80. We, however, have got them for $15. That is saving 81%. Our last product today is the Homedics Ozone Clean Multi-Purpose Cleaner. This includes 1 cleaner, and with this, you can sanitize, deodorize, and clean any non-porous surface in as little as 2 minutes with basic tap water. This has been priced up to $100. However, we've got it for $39.99. That is saving 60%.
That seems like magic in a bottle. I don't even understand it. It's like the cloud. I don't get this one, but I love it. Head on over to morningsave.com to snag these amazing deals at the lowest prices, or you can even scan the QR code on screen to take you directly to these products on Morning Save's website. Thank you again, Steph.
I need those headphones.
Get some headphones.
I have
buddy.
a weird thing. I have a lot of headphones. I'm starting to collect them and starting to get weird.
I don't like earbuds, but I do like over the ear, even though I'm
Right.
listening to like a village murder mystery.
I'm kind of with Tori on that one. The earbuds, I have weird canals. They don't fit.
They don't fit my canals.
Strong ending. Strong ending. We'll see you guys tomorrow.